Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you, not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Then lock your door. 5, 6, gonna cruise up this.
You got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome everybody to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here with you. One half of the Blood Brothers and
Me.
What? I thought you were trying to brand yourself. You're fucking it all up.
No, it's gonna be my new Instagram.
First
and
of all-
everything's just gonna be me.
First it was the Rob, and then it's O'Neillio, and everyone's confused. Now you're just gonna say me.
It's O'Neillio with 4 O's.
4 O's. All right. Well, we have another guest with us, Freddie Torres. Freddie, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, last minute addition to the episode tonight, which was going to be filled out by Carmelo Chimera, but I guess his Italian wife threatened to cut his balls off, and so, you know, here we are.
The Italian divorce.
Yeah, what's that all about, Rob? Is that like a thing?
I don't know. I'm not Italian. I'm Irish.
You were just saying Italian divorce in our chat thread.
That's what he said.
Oh, he said it first?
Yeah, of course he said it first. He always says things first. He thinks he's better than everybody.
Dude, it's like hot in my office. I got my shirt off. I'm sitting here sweating balls.
It's 40 degrees outside. Just cut the air conditioner on for just a second.
Won't that like freeze it up?
Well, no, you just cut it on. For people in Colorado don't know how to use air conditioning.
No, we know how to use it.
Apparently, you don't. If it's hot in the house,
do you know?
cut the air
Are you an
conditioning on.
HVAC professional?
No, but I mean, AC is for cold air, and heat is for hot air. If you have too much hot air,
You don't want that bill going up, man.
That's true. Are you an
Danny's not worried about his bill.
Well, oh, really? Are you an
Danny's not worried about his bill with all of his fancy Blu-rays.
Oh shit!
And he orders every box set.
I don't got to come back. You're just a fucking asshole.
You can crack a window. It is like, I mean, I wish it was 40 degrees where I was.
I just cracked a window and 8 kids outside were screaming too loud. It goes right into my microphone.
Why don't you just be the mean neighbor?
Where are you at, Freddie? Where do you live?
Inside.
Get off my lawn.
You're in Cali, right, Freddie?
Oh, yeah.
Is it warm?
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful outside, man.
No shit. See, we need to be living the good life, Rob, in Cali.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for California quite yet.
Well, how do you have to be ready for it? What do you have to do?
It's too liberal for Rob.
It probably is
true.
too liberal for me, and I'm not really that conservative, but it probably is too liberal for me.
Yeah, and everything causes cancer here, so you don't want to be here, man.
That is true. You could buy a damn cup of sugar-free Jell-O, and according to the state of California, it causes cancer.
Yep.
I just got something the other day in the mail that was like, according to the state of California, this can cause cancer, as like a warning. I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Near dark. Yeah, near dark.
Yeah.
I said it. I just went ahead and said it. Did you watch the fucking movie, Rob?
What movie?
Oh my god.
I mean, I've heard of this movie.
All right.
And I didn't know Scotty was on vacation.
Yeah, you did.
No, I've seen it. I actually watched it recently. They pulled it off of Amazon though, but no, like Near Dark is one of my favorites because it's Bill Paxton, Lance Hendrickson, it's everybody.
Yeah, well, I had to watch it on YouTube on a screen within a screen, as many of you probably did. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it on Blu-ray.
Ah, shit. Freddie's got the collection. Like you got a massive collection, don't you, Freddie?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes.
Damn.
Yes, massive.
So you got, so you've probably had this one for a long time.
Yeah, the cover is not that good. It looks like the Twilight poster.
Oh, shit.
And it's just, it's ridiculous. I need to change that. But other than that, it's a good movie.
Yeah, well, this needs to be re-released. It needs like a Scream Factory kind of release.
It does, because the price for the Blu-ray is ridiculous.
After Paxton passed away, I'm surprised they didn't, because this is definitely one of his big cult classic movies.
No, it's
I
hadn't seen it. I've never seen it before, and I was sort of unaware of it, and it might be because I guess it was released pretty much right at the same time as The Lost Boys. And, when you're competing with Warner Brothers and big budgets and big marketing budgets, it just gets lost in all the hype.
You can't compete with Corey Feldman.
You can't. No.
Not in the
end. I say that sarcastically because, I'm not a big. Well, it's not even Corey Feldman. You know me. I just don't like Kiefer Sutherland's face. So
yeah, you want to punch him in the face. Man.
Yeah, I always want to punch him in the face.
He had that sweet mullet.
No, it's just I can't handle it. I've never been the biggest Lost Boys fan. Sorry.
He'll never be as cool as his dad. That's for sure.
Yeah,
no, he'll never be as cool as Donald.
No,
that's the truth.
So I think
and he's 4'9", which doesn't help.
Is he really?
I don't know if he's 4'9", but he's
taller than Tom Cruise or shorter.
I think he's shorter than Tom Cruise.
What?
Oh my!
Let's see here, Kiefer Sutherland height.
You're good.
It says 5'9". That's a lie. I've seen him on. He paid Google millions of. Well, his dad's 6'4", so.
Right.
Wow.
He paid Google.
And I guess his brother Rosif Sutherland is 6'5".
Rosif. What? That's a weird name.
It is.
It's like
apparently he is an actor.
What?
I never heard of him.
Yeah, never heard
no,
of him.
he was in Timeline in 2003.
Wasn't that?
Must have been a straight to DVD release.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Who's
I've
in
never
Timeline?
Heard of
I thought that sound.
Well,
obviously,
Rosif Sutherland is in.
Well, yeah, but is he the lead character?
It's got 3 stars on IMDb.
All right. Well, enough about Rosif.
It's got Paul Walker in it.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I thought. I know that movie. Timeline. Paul Walker.
Well, how the hell did you know Rosif Sutherland was in it?
I don't know. I just know there's a movie called Timeline with Paul Walker. I think I don't think Paul Walker's a good actor though. Just as a side note.
Well,
he's not.
He's not anymore.
Not well. That's true.
You walked into it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyways,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah. So Near Dark lost in the haze of the Lost Boys, and I don't know, man. I think Near Dark, Lost Boys is a total teen flick, and Near Dark is sort of badass, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I think Near Dark is awesome. It's it has some great one-liners in it. The way that they shot it and the cinematography is really good. And, it's got Lance Hendrickson in it.
Yeah. Yeah, so does every other horror movie, between 80 and 94. But
as it should be.
At least it's not Lance Hendrickson explaining the entire storyline in one scene like that Hellraiser movie. What the fuck? What was the one he was in?
Oh, dude,
it's the one with crop tops. It's the one with 90s girls in crop tops. Hell World.
Is it Hell World?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was Hellraiser Goes Online.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Those are my kind of girls.
He was also in Mind Ripper.
In which one?
That's right. He was in Mind Ripper. Hills Have Eyes.
Hills Have Eyes 3.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
He's such an actor that I like so much in movies that I don't.
Yeah.
Now, I'm thinking about it.
Mind
But-
Ripper wasn't that bad.
No, I thought Mind Ripper was good.
Mine. Well, see, Mind Ripper didn't have the cool motocross motorcycle thing that Part 2 had, which made
That
it
was
so
so
much
ridiculous.
Oh God, no.
So
better. Okay, because we have a special guest, and because me and Freddie love to hate things.
we all know. We all know.
out of like
Yeah.
all the, well, actually, we're gonna go through something real quick. And okay,
What?
Halloween 2018 was terrible.
Terrible. Absolutely
Okay, cool.
terrible.
That's
I
out of
have
the way.
argued this already.
No, it's now set in fact, and
It is not set in fact.
Halloween 2018.
I'm not-
Let's just stop and have a vote. Who thinks
no
Halloween
vote.
2018 was terrible? I do.
I'm not saying it's terrible, but I'm not saying it's good either. I'm just saying I liked how he was a nonstop killer. At least he was a nonstop killer. I don't like old Jamie Lee Curtis. Her character's worthless. But
Yeah, he's right.
Well, so then Danny agrees with us. It's a terrible movie.
I
So
thought the kills were good.
That's 3 votes for terrible.
There were good kills. Well, how about we have this vote then?
No,
Let's vote on the best.
I'm the only one allowed to call.
Let's vote on Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 or Halloween.
Love it. Love it.
No, it's not good. You're not good. He put a white horse in the second one.
I will give
Hey,
you.
man.
I will give you the white horse. I do not like the white horse, but that's the only part.
Okay, no more voting.
All right,
I'm
exactly.
making a decree.
Let's get back
Okay.
to the film at hand here.
Out of all the movies the CCH has done, which has been the hardest for Freddie to actually watch? Because we've done like Puppet Master and all these
Yeah.
other ones. Like which was the
And
worst?
Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Which was the worst
I would-
series for Freddie?
That had to be Puppet Master.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think Puppet Master
Yeah,
goes down in history as I just was curious because it's Puppet Master is probably the one I hated the most.
there is something. Go ahead.
I love you guys, but I really didn't want to listen to another episode of Puppet Master. You know?
There is something nostalgic about the Puppet Master theme music to me now. It just holds a dear place in my heart. But anyways, what I wanted to point out here is that obviously Near Dark was filmed pretty close, but after Aliens, and it's like not half the cast, but 3 people that were just in Aliens in Near Dark here. And it almost took a step down in production value, obviously, between the 2 films. But they both talked about, I'm talking mainly about Bill Paxton and Lance Henriksen, how much they loved the script, and it was sort of a passion project for them. But I don't know, I just thought it's sort of weird to come off a big James Cameron film and then into an independent horror like Near Dark.
Yes.
So
I'm sure it is, but I really Near Dark is one of those I only found maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and I mean the one-liners and the dialogue, and I think the story is just really interesting. Like just Bill Paxton was like turned up to 1,000 in this, and it really showed when he massacres the bar, and then that one of my favorite lines of the whole movie is that we keep odd hours.
Yeah.
Like it's just this movie's like one of those movies you wish you were on set because I think it probably was really really fun to make this movie.
I got plenty of notes about that because they did. If you guys didn't notice too, there is the 47-minute featurette is also available on YouTube, and it's probably on Freddy's Blu-ray too. But yeah, but it's so I do have some notes about that. I guess it'll span most of the episode, so we can just get into it whenever. But a couple of my personal notes though to start off with, obviously there's something wrong with the guy. He's been bit. He doesn't really know what's going on, and there's something wrong with him. And he joins. He sort of they take him with them. They go a state or 2 over, and then he just wants to go home. Like, wouldn't you want to go to the hospital if you still didn't know you were a vampire?
No,
I don't know, man.
This
Everybody.
is the 80s, man. This is the 80s in like rural Texas. You can't trust doctors and Western medicine.
I mean, everybody at the bus station, they were assholes. So
That's true.
That is true.
That is true. But still, I'd be like, get me to a fucking hospital. I don't know. Common sense there. I don't know what's going on. And then this is jumping ahead, but I just wanted to just point it out while it's in my head. At the end, when they have the shootout at the motel room, the fucking kid that rats him out is like in the police car. Like, would you really take the the snitch in the police car to your shootout scene. I just think it's really weird. Sorry. That was the 80s, though, Rob, I guess, right? When it was like...
Every excuse is it was the 80s when it's in the 80s.
Oh, that kid can handle it.
I mean, it's like, why do they keep going? Why do they keep trying to reopen Camp Crystal Lake? It's in the 80s. You know, why, Freddy Krueger, it's in the 80s. It doesn't matter. It's just, it's in the 80s. Like, why the hell did they make Exorcist Part 2 The Heretic?
There's no excuse for that.
It's the money, man.
No, there's
exactly.
no excuse.
Somebody had to pay for the cocaine. It's not it's not free, especially in the 80s.
There's no reason to make Exorcist 2. I'm sorry.
Linda Blair was looking good. That's
She was looking good, except
That's it. That's about it.
Yeah, that is about it. Although I don't like the massive amounts of lip gloss she had on for the whole film. I'm not a lip gloss guy.
What are you talking about? It's alluring. Whole lips.
Just imagine kissing that and then having to like wipe your mouth and then your hands are all glittery and sticky.
Those lips aren't made for kissing.
Nah, man,
That's a completely whole other thing.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine digging out glitter from Rob's pubes?
Oh, I would shave for Linda Blair. I would. It would be buttery smooth.
Well, I guarantee you, at that time, she wasn't shaved for you.
No, and you wouldn't want it. It's the 80s. Again, it's the 80s. You want to unwrap it like a Christmas present.
Oh, really?
Oh.
The kind of wrapping paper that never departs or goes away.
I'm sure it was like a nice shape. I mean, like a triangle or something.
I don't know about that. Anyways, so I'm going back to. I gotta pull up the IMDb here because Scotty's not here to be my name checker and fact guy. And,
I'm already on IMDb.
Oh, are you? Shit. Well, the director Catherine, who I don't have her last name because. Oh shit. Where is it?
Danny doesn't have it because he's on CenturyLink.
Yeah, well, I got one right here.
All right, what's the director's last name?
Yeah. Wait, I'm on trivia, man.
Oh shit. Well, that's good. You should be on trivia. You got to be our trivia man.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you one.
Yeah. Give us one.
Unusual for a vampire movie. The word vampire is never mentioned.
Yeah, you know what? I actually did notice that. I thought when the dad retakes, when they're at the hotel and he goes with his dad, and he I was waiting for him to say it. He wouldn't say it. His dad's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I'm not human." And he's like, "Look," and he puts his hand in the sun. I'm like, "Just fucking say you're a vampire. Just say I'm a vampire." And he wouldn't do it. He just wouldn't do it.
You think it'd be legal to drive an RV all covered up?
Yeah, I think they get pulled over pretty fast.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it
I didn't get
happens
that
in
at
Florida a lot. There's just usually a meth lab in the back.
Oh yeah, of course. Is that a Florida thing? That sounds more like a Midwest
Florida
thing.
man thing.
Oh no, please! Florida will keep its crown.
You know what?
As like meth capital.
You know what? What I thought was hilarious. I just on Facebook I saw there's a band called Florida Man.
Is there really?
No
Yeah,
way.
I don't even know. They're probably just a local band somewhere. I don't even know what music they play, but I just saw a flyer. It's like so and so with Florida
I
Man.
think we all know what kind of music they play. They play Southern rock.
They
is
just
what
might.
they play.
I don't know why my son is screaming like he's dying in the background.
Freddie
going
doesn't
on there?
like E.T. Freddie says E.T.
Oh, no,
the
I don't.
extraterrestrial is
All right,
overrated.
okay, hold on a second here. I'm getting us back
I
on
don't.
track. Okay. I don't even know if I've even seen E.T. all the way through once. So, all right.
Go
Go.
ahead.
You named your son after E.T.
I did not. I just like the name Elliot. Why do you assume? Why do you
I thought
assume?
you meant the alien.
Why do you assume that my son's name is after E.T.? I mean,
Because my daughter's name is Reagan after
is
The
it from The
Exorcist.
Exorcist? Did you decisively say?
Yes, no, for sure. After I signed the birth certificate, I came clean to my wife and said, no, it's Reagan because of The Exorcist. And then I named my son Connor after John Connor from The Terminator.
Okay, well.
Oh, that is nice. That's awesome.
See?
Anyways, Catherine Bigelow, who is the director, also co-wrote the script with Eric Red, and then co-wrote and directed it, obviously. So Eric Red didn't direct it. This was her first solo director experience. She had co-directed something else before this, and so the producers were a little bit worried about working with her. But she was so passionate in selling the script, and after writing the script, the only way that she would sell it is if she was directing it as well. And so yeah, it's sort of like to see a woman director really taking charge, especially for her first solo venture, like back in the day. She did a pretty good job, and it's sort of rare at that time. But
no, I mean she did very. Like I said, this movie is. I mean, if you haven't seen it and you're listening to this, you need to see it. I mean, it's just awesome. Like you said, it probably is buried because of Lost Boys, but I mean, it's got Bill Paxton, and he goes ham and murders everybody. It's awesome.
Oh, he's the baddest character in it.
Yeah. What was I was also going to say that. Yeah, so she wrote it. She got someone to produce it, and she sent the script initially to Bill Paxton, and he read it and just got all super psyched about it. And you hear this all the time. Who knows if the timing is true? But he calls Lance Henriksen in the middle of the night. You got to read the script. You got to read this script, and sends it over to him. And Lance Henriksen, Lance said that at first he's like, "Oh, well, what's it about?" And he's like, "It's like a Western with vampires." And Lance is like, "Oh God." I don't want to see this. And they had just come off of Aliens, and Lance was like, "Come on, we don't want to get stuck in a B movie, you know." And
Paxton was like, "But Lance, we need the cocaine money."
Yeah. Yeah, so he sent it over, and Lance fell in love with it. Like the next morning, he was the one all jacked about it. Goddamn, Freddy's like in a jungle.
What? Is it that loud?
I don't know. I don't know if you've been juggling the phone and running around and slamming walls.
I'm just walking around the house.
Quit being such a podcast purist.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I like when Freddy's on. It's even more of a distraction than usual. Me and Freddy can go off on massive tangents that have nothing to do about whatever movie we're reviewing this week.
We can shit talk Halloween all hour long.
That's true.
That's true.
It's so good.
So what's her name? Catherine Bigelow.
What do you think about Halloween Part 4, Freddy?
It's terrible.
Yeah, see? I agree.
Alrighty. Well, anyways.
Just going to annoy Danny as much as possible.
Oh, yeah. Johnny Depp and D.B. Sweeney auditioned for the role of Caleb.
Oh, no shit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Didn't get it, huh? All right.
No,
God, hold on. Is he dying or something? God.
Right, sitting here talking about Freddy and his audio, and you got your kids back there screaming.
I guess I don't know what the hell's going on back there.
I gave mine a Benadryl and a couple of my back pills, and they've been asleep since I got home.
Yeah, well, that's the way to do it. Catherine Bigelow did actually call James Cameron to sort of ask, "Is this cool? Because I'm using 3 people from a movie you literally just did." And, of course, he said he was fine with it. He's like, yeah, if they want to do it, they can do it. What I want to know is how Catherine Bigelow has enough clout to just call up James Cameron.
You don't have James Cameron's number?
Oh, no, you got it on speed dial?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm talking about his scuba diving and the Titanic and shit all the time.
I mean, I would get it. I mean, coming off of Aliens, who would want to do a B movie?
It is a little surprising to me. I just sort of assumed this was before Aliens, but hell, I guess not. But yeah,
man.
Well, also, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people may not have thought that Aliens was going to be as big as it turned out to be because it's a sequel. And most sequels, like I don't know, Halloween Part 5, they're just complete garbage. Like Halloween Part 5. And 6, and 7, and so on. But James Cameron exploded, So I mean, they may have just been taking work.
Yeah.
But it worked out because I mean, it is a good script. It is a good movie. It's not bad. It's not like Halloween H2O.
Hey, I got. If you're trying to make me angry, I got no attachment to Halloween.
Oh no! I'm saying this to all the other members of the elite that are having to sit there and stew in all the Halloween hatred that's coming out. And we've got nobody here to like give us any rebuttal.
As long as you just stay away from Evil Dead, we're cool.
Nobody's ever had a problem with Evil Dead. I've only had a problem with Intruder.
Intruder is a fine movie.
It is a fine movie, Rob.
It's false advertising.
Whatever.
It was completely and total. And Amazon still hasn't refunded my $2.99.
Oh gosh. All right.
That is just to bring in viewers.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's just move on here. So these they all got super into the characters. Lance Henriksen, for instance, I mean, he has this whole backstory to his character, and it shows through a little bit in the film because he talks about, I fought for the South and everything, which I thought would give him points with you, Rob.
What is that supposed to mean?
Fits in with his Confederate flag.
I'm just saying you live in the South and you've been accused of being a racist, so,
Look,
damn.
I have never been directly accused of being and just, in my rebel flag phase passed, okay?
I know you were driving like a lifted 84 Ford with dual rebel
I'm stop
flags.
It was an 89 Ford, and it wasn't lifted because I was working at Hungry Howie's Pizza and I couldn't afford to lift for it. And we never. Florida isn't. I will take that back. There are some parts of Florida that I don't even go. Like I'm not white enough for certain parts.
I mean, if you hear banjos, you've gone too far.
Yeah, that's true.
But for the most part, like 90% of the people that live in Florida migrated from north of the Mason-Dixon. It's not. We just the ones you see in the news. Those are the natural residents.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
we have other good people here too.
All right. I'll ignore that one then. So Lance Henriksen fought for the South, and he had this whole backstory about how he was he was fighting on a ship in this certain battle, and he was wounded and thrown off the ship and into this swamp where there were these dark creatures, and one of them took pity on him, and instead of eating him, they turned him into a vampire. And
those are called Cajuns.
Oh, Cajuns.
And they're still out there in Louisiana.
Now Freddy is inside of a tunnel where there's traffic zooming by.
Well, no, I'm on the side of the house.
Oh, okay.
Freddy lives in California, man. It's like it's happening or whatever.
It's happening.
They're probably like filming a movie somewhere. That's how I imagine California is like.
They're just always filming a movie around you?
Well, yeah, Michael Bay's over there blowing shit up, and that's what it's like to be.
Well, I actually live like about 30 minutes away from where they filmed Hell Night, starring Linda Blair.
Oh.
Yeah. Mansion.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah. So yeah, sorry, he had this whole backstory, and then he I guess paid for his own. He has some fucked up nails in the movie. I don't know if you've noticed that, but he has these like acrylic nails that were put on, and then he broke them off with like pliers, and so they look really just unkept and like bone almost. And so he paid for those, and then he had this rebel flag sewn into the inside of his coat, like he shows that at one point, I think. And then when they were on their way to set in Arizona, everyone flew down there, and he's like, no, I'm going to drive down there to really like get into this character and how he would be on the road. And I guess he picked up a hitchhiker and was just in character to him the whole time. Was sort of being a dick, like barking orders. He's like, "Here, roll me a cigarette," and he throws him like all the makings to roll him a cigarette, and the guy like rolls him a cigarette, and then he like lights it and takes one.
Did you just call him makings?
Yeah, the makings to make a cigarette.
You belong down here in the South with us.
What do you want? What do you want me to say?
You sound like my grandfather.
What do you want me to say?
Boy, you roll them makings up into a.
I said he handed him all the makings. What should I say? Should I name every little thing? He handed him the.
Well, no, you just look. I'm just saying, like calling it makings is just that's a little old Southern right there. That's,
all right.
You should be so. That's something that like you would say like in Savannah, Georgia.
I think that's what Lance Henriksen said, and so I'm just repeating what he said.
Danny's trying to hide that he's a secret Southerner.
No. So he tries the cigarette, and he's like, "Oh, this is the word. You call this a cigarette?" and throws it out the window. And he said by the time he dropped that hitchhiker off, he was just so ready to get out of the car. And I guess they did that to a police officer too. Later on, while they were filming, him and Bill Paxton went on a drive in this convertible they had rented. I don't really even understand. They said they were going to Tombstone to act like they were saying hello to past friends. They got way too into it. So, good God.
Hold on.
Now what's going on?
I think Freddie's entered the convenience store.
I think he has entered a convenience store.
No, I'm in the garage.
All right.
Sweet.
All right.
That's where I used to record was in the garage, and I told my wife, I said, no. I'm going to record in my room.
Part of our intra episode game is guess what Freddie's doing now.
Ooh, okay. I want to guess.
Yeah, you take a guess.
Freddie's in his garage right now.
Oh, you cheated.
Yeah.
Already.
No, I did.
Sitting on a lawn chair.
All right.
Oh, is it like one of those? Is it like one of them old school like webbed? You know, where it's got like.
Yes.
It is.
Wait.
I won the game. Right
Hold up.
I knew Freddie. Me and Freddie got the same style.
Hold up. Is it webbed with like that like tough canvas material, or is it webbed with like that stretchy rubber that you can like fall through?
No, it's webbed with that plastic nylon stuff from.
Yes.
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 I won again.
All right.
Oh no! Don't call him cheap, dude. I have several of them in the garage. I got like a green and white one, and I got the blue and white one. And the blue and white one looks fancy because it's like Nautica.
Oh, goodness sakes. What's that noise? I don't know what to say right now, except that my ears are bleeding literal pus and blood. Because that means it's time for the horror halftime. Just don't try, Rob. Just don't try. Yeah, okay. Well, we do have a horror freak of the week.
We should let Freddie announce it.
What? He doesn't even know. Did I even say?
He knows it's me because I need.
It's not you. You didn't even compete.
No. It's me.
And I sent you the Pizza Hut shirt, so don't complain.
Yeah, Rob.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, look. Okay, I didn't complain anymore.
There you go.
It'd been nice to get a hoodie or something.
Well, we don't make the hoodies in 7XL.
Look, okay, you made the shirt 2XL, and that's what I wear. Okay,
all right.
I'm husky.
You know what? The horror freak of the week is Josh McBride. Josh, you're the horror freak of the week. I thought you had won this year already, and you haven't, so I apologize.
Awesome.
Yes. So just shoot me a message, and let me know what you already have, and I'll send you something you don't have already. So, yeah. Yeet, as the kids say. Right, Rob?
I believe it's yeet. It's yeet, and now like bet. Bet
I
means
fucking hate
yes.
bet. I fucking hate when people just write bet.
I didn't know people. I got two new guys at work. They're one's like 19 and the other one's 20, or they're both 19. And I'll say something that they agree with, and they'll just go bet. I'm like bet on what? No, I know bet means good. I'm like, no, bet means bet. Like you're challenging me or something. Like I don't get it.
I have all these like musician friends in the Denver area because we're in a band in the Denver area, and they all talk like they're like gangsters or something. They're like see me out here gonna be doing this bet, and I'm like shut the fuck up. Good God. Sorry, I just can't handle it. I can't
Young
handle it.
generation slang.
Yeah. Just stop.
Right. I agree with Freddie.
Yeah. Just stop that shit and stay off my lawn.
I think like
Exactly.
everything we had growing up was like bad. Like, oh, that's bad, man. Like, you know, that's kind of okay. But bet and yeet and what's the other one? Yee.
What does yeet mean?
I don't know what yeet means. Like I've only decoded.
All right, you know
some
what?
of it.
I'm going to put a stopper in this and say that concludes the horror halftime. All right.
I do. Congratulations, Josh. You're right.
Yes.
I do know what yee means. Yee means like country. Like
Hold on.
somebody tell me.
Hold on.
That, oh wait.
Freddy is on the set of Blair Witch, and they're cracking rocks in the background. Did I get it?
No, I just moved some boxes.
I'm gonna say that Freddy's moving some boxes.
You just keep cheating,
See?
Rob.
No, I'm not. I couldn't hear it over the sound of him moving boxes.
No.
Look, I won hands down on the lawn chair.
Well, yeah, anyone could have guessed. When you say lawn chairs, that's what you think of.
I guessed that it was the nylon
What
webbing.
else could there possibly be made out of?
You said stretchy rubber.
Yeah, but
Freddie, who won?
that's more
Who
obscure.
won, Freddie?
Yeah, well, there wasn't a
It was
game.
Rob.
No. Don't
Rob got
side
it
with
right.
Danny. Don't you do it.
No, the Rob's right.
Kevin Costner
Oh, thank you.
sucks.
Oh no.
I agree with that.
I
Flaming Sword over Kevin Costner.
No, we're not playing this game. Let's talk about the movie.
all right. Let's talk about the movie.
We're,
again.
we're,
Okay.
we're getting off.
I
got
Kevin
something.
Costner's
I got
the greatest
something here.
actor.
Here, Freddie has a fact.
Okay, well, two guys in this film also starred in two Terminator films.
Ooh.
The patron in the bar, Robert Lindley,
Oh.
who is killed by Severin, also played the lead cigar smoke biker. in Terminator 2.
No shit. All right.
And Bill Paxton had a role as a punk in the close killing scene in Terminator 84.
Dude, I don't even think I remember that. Wow.
And Catherine
You remember
Bidwell
Bill
was at the
Paxton as
time
the
married
punk?
to James Cameron.
Oh, okay. Well, and you know what else? The DP on Near Dark was also the DP from the original Terminator. So,
No shit.
yeah, and he's some like he had a thick accent. I think it was, I don't know, like it was European, somewhere European, and yeah, he said that he was like non-union. He did Terminator, and he said all of a sudden after Terminator, he just got sent just tons and tons of scripts and people wanting him to do work. And when it was time for when he got the Near Dark script, he was choosing between that and like 7 other scripts, and he went with Near Dark. So that, yeah, it's crazy.
What were the other 7 scripts?
I actually have no idea.
I want to see what he turned down for Near Dark.
Yeah, it's, I wonder too. You know, it was like I don't know. I got nothing. I was gonna say Titanic, but that's way later.
Oh no, that's terrible.
I know Rob sits there and watches Titanic on loop and cries.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
knows how much I hate
There's
Leonardo
room for
DiCaprio.
2.
Well, you might hate Leonardo DiCaprio, but don't you love Billy Zane?
Oh my god, no!
Zane is awesome.
If I'm gonna watch a Billy Zane movie, oh my god, I forgot the name of it. Oh
What?
my god, I forget the name of it.
What?
He was in Critters.
No,
Was it?
not Critters. Come on, Freddie, help me out. He was a purple guy. He was a purple superhero.
Oh, what?
Oh come on!
Just look it up, dude. Just look up IMDb.
No, I'm not gonna look it
All
up.
right, well, you think about that while I move on.
I'm a grown-ass man.
You think about that.
The Phantom.
Yes.
The Phantom. Oh, Phantom. That's right. I do remember that.
Okay,
That's
Freddie
true.
won. Freddie won that round. I won the lawn chair round. Freddie won the Phantom round.
Okay.
It's still a good movie, and I will say Billy Zane's holding up a lot better than Brendan Fraser.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Oh, of course, man. I mean, Brendan Fraser made better movies, but you know.
I'm surprised that
Brendan Fraser has only made one better movie, and that's
The
Encino.
Mummy series.
Oh, The Mummy,
is
come on.
amazing.
No, Encino, man.
The Mummy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Mummy's
Encino.
awesome.
I just want to say that I'm surprised that Freddy gets such a good signal when he's spelunking in a cave. I'm just saying, it's mad reverberation on those walls.
Don't.
I used to be a little upset at the audio quality when we started, but now it's really fun.
Was it that bad?
Now it's fun.
Sorry.
No, I'm having a great time now.
No,
I'm like, this is fun. I love the game that we have made here. I'm going to keep pushing forward, though. I was in the midst, before the horror halftime, of saying that Lance Henriksen and Bill Paxton took a drive in a convertible to do some kind of character-y mission, and they got pulled over by a cop. And Lance Henriksen was in character the whole time, like basically looking at the cop like he's a meal and just freaking him out. And the cop he was a little taken aback. Lance claims that he even didn't pull it out, but reached for his gun once. And Bill Paxton is sitting here like, just chill, man, just calm down. And Lance is just eating it all up. And I guess eventually the cop was just said, just get out of here, sent them on their way real fast. So hey, it worked.
Wow.
Yeah, they fucking got into it. And then also, I don't think, what was it? It was, they all pretty much had backstories. Like Bill Paxton talked a little bit about his backstory, I reminded Lance Henriksen's character of his little brother he lost in the war, and so he had pity on me and turned me. And then their thing about the little kid was that, he's probably older than all of them, and he got turned somehow. And then Jeanette Goldstein or whatever was saying that her character was from the Dust Bowl area and era, pre, or was that post depression, and was basically had the like a flapper girl, 40s, 40s 50s. And yeah, so it's just crazy how they went into their stories and they got so excited about it with Catherine, the director. And they even did these rehearsals where the way Catherine described it is she would put them in a room with windows and stuff, and then she would time them and say, all right, you need to black out this room as fast as possible. Oh shit. Wait.
Freddy's at an airport. Freddy's at an airport now.
I was going to say World War II bomb strike.
What? Blitzkrieg.
Oh man. Anyways.
No, wait. I'm a guess.
Oh, okay.
It was like a Honda Accord with one of those.
Oh yeah, but everybody here thinks they're Vin Diesel.
Oh yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
it was.
not a fan of Fast and the Furious myself.
Yeah, they're all right. I haven't caught up, but. No, I was going to say that, so she put him in this room with windows and things and said, all right, I'm going to time you guys. You need to black out this room as fast as possible. Use whatever they had. That's where they came up with, let's spray paint, let's use foil, let's use duct tape. And she said they rehearsed this over and over to just get into character. And they're crawling around with blankets covering themselves. And she said at first it took 5 minutes, and then they got it down to 30 seconds or something crazy after all that. And that helped him bond and get into character, I suppose. Something cheesy like that, Whatever Donald Pleasance did on the set of Halloween to give the stellar performance he did, I'm sure it's the same thing.
You know what also was a terrible Halloween?
Not the one with Paul Rudd.
I have a soft spot for the Rudning.
I have a soft spot for Rudd. I think he did a good job.
Yeah, I have to admit that. Yeah.
Halloween Resurrection. That was also a terrible one.
That can burn in hell.
along with Jason Goes to Hell. It can meet
That
Jason.
I actually, I kind of like this Go to Hell now.
Jason Goes to Hell. Jason Goes to Hell has the Evil Dead reference in it, right? The book.
Yes.
Isn't that the one?
And the dagger.
That saves it for me. Oh, wait. Freddy is taking one of the elevators. Or no. Freddy's taking the Freddy's taking the outdoor lift in the courtyard in the original Resident Evil.
No, somebody up in the garage.
Oh, damn it. I was close. Watch out for the dogs. The possessed dogs are at the bottom of the lift.
I mean, they ain't no people talking, but damn, everybody making noise.
All right, what are my next fucking notes here?
There wasn't an elevator in Resident Evil.
No, it's like a lift. You go on the lift, and then they're red, and you push the button, and then all you see is the black background in the lift going down.
You're talking about that overrated video game.
I'm not talking about the fucking movie. Come on, get on board. Original Resident Evil video game.
I didn't have a Resident Evil. I didn't have a PlayStation. We weren't all elitists like you did.
No, that's because you spent all your...
I never played Resident Evil.
Oh, shit. It's
I
good.
had a gay. I had a Dreamcast.
It's because you spent
Okay.
all your money on dual stacks on your fucking lifted
I had a
Ford.
Gamecast.
I had a Dreamcast with the Tony Hawk demo. I didn't even have the
All right. All right.
I couldn't.
The demo?
The demo.
Yeah, that's all I had. You play like 15 minutes.
I
and
had a
it would shut
Resident
off,
Evil
you had
2
to
demo.
restart it.
I had that for a while. Yeah.
The new Resident Evil for PlayStation, I tried to play it, but it's too damn complicated. I don't want all that.
Yeah, I can see how you would think that.
I just want to kill zombies. I don't need a story. I just want to kill zombies.
So were originally going to film this whole thing on a soundstage in Oklahoma. They had sets built and everything, and everyone was like getting on the plane to go down there, and they had torrential rains and flooding, and it fucked everything up. They had to make last minute changes and go to
Oh,
Arizona.
I would know. I'm from there.
Yeah.
Are you from Oklahoma?
I mean, I was there for like half my life.
Did you get some torrential downpours and flooding?
Yeah, it's terrible. The weather is bipolar.
Yeah. So they ended up going to Arizona instead, and still stayed on schedule somehow. I'm not even sure. They must have, had set builders in action, and get at it. I don't know. I didn't find out. They weren't talking about what was on a soundstage and what wasn't. So it'd be nice to know that. But I just assumed they did like the inside of the RV and the motel and all that shit on a soundstage.
Yeah, I don't get. Why don't you just go to the Motel 6? It's probably cheaper than the soundstage.
Yeah, and they're not even gonna like bat their eyes at fake blood splattered everywhere and body fluids.
I mean, they fit
You
right
wouldn't
in
even
with all the
need fake
crackheads.
blood spatter. I mean, it's the Motel 6. You probably save money on that too.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, Motel 6 ain't that cheap anymore.
Well, they had
Are
the
they
money.
not?
No,
I think like I don't know, $60 a night maybe.
a little more than that now.
Oh well,
Like
shit.
75.
Yeah. I'm a Holiday Inn Express man myself because of the Continental B.
Oh, I see.
Nah,
The Continental Beach.
The Continental B, the Continental Breakfast, man.
I got it.
They got
they
waffle
still have
makers.
breakfast?
Oh yeah.
I'm not a
They
big.
got waffle making machines. You
I don't like
pour the stuff in
I
it
don't
and
like
make
waffles.
your own waffle.
I don't like waffles.
How do you not like waffles?
Yeah.
Because
I don't like waffles.
I don't like waffles.
What? Freddie, it's like I don't even know you.
I don't even like breakfast that much.
I'm not
don't
really a
like-
breakfast fan.
I don't
unless
like
it's
bread
free.
stuff, kind of stuff with breakfast. Man.
Yeah, I'd love to wake up and I'd rather wake up and just have like a sausage pizza.
Oh man,
Exactly.
I got sausage pizza.
Did you really order Pizza Hut?
Yeah, it's Wednesdays. Wednesday's my cheat night, and it's also the night that I record. And I'm not cooking dinner.
Well, did
Those kids
you?
are-
Is it
those kids
there?
don't even pay rent. They're ungrateful.
Is it
Yeah,
there
it's-
already? So
Oh,
have
yeah,
you
it's-
have you eaten it yet?
I had one piece before Carmelo dipped out.
I stopped ordering Pizza Hut. Went straight to Domino's.
Hey man, Domino's is up their game the last couple of years.
They got that nice garlic
their
honest.
sandwiches are bomb.
Damn.
Oh, they got that buffalo chicken sandwich, that
I love the
baked
habanero.
sub. Oh, that's no.
Never had a
No, I'm
sandwich.
going
at
to say that
Domino's.
Domino's used to be trash. Domino's is good
Yeah.
now.
All right. Well, they do. I think they had the best Cinesticks in the industry. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
$5 million budget on this movie and 47 shoot days, which 40 of them were like night shoots. So
That's got to be tough.
yeah, if you can imagine changing your whole schedule for 40 fucking days where you're awake at night and sleeping during the day, then
Hey, that's the best part of the day, man.
that's true.
I've
Yeah.
worked overnight shift for years.
Yeah?
Fun. Yeah.
Doesn't it get all fucked up on the weekends?
Oh yeah, man. You got crackheads coming out, drunk people, hookers,
That sounds like
DJs
life.
for $10.
ZJs you can't afford. Let's see here. Okay, so I already talked about the cop that pulled him over. Speaking of, they were just like pranking in this fucking movie. So the night that there were a couple nights when Bill Paxton had the split head makeup on when he gets hit by the semi, and basically his head split open and he's got the whole side of his face is effed up. I guess while he was still in makeup, they got done shooting. There was a train that would come and stop in this town like in the middle of the night. I don't know if it would just be changing tracks or whatever. but it happened like nightly almost. And so he goes over to one of the conductors and he's just like, "Oh, can you help? There's been an accident. You should see the other guys."
Nice.
Said the guy just totally turned white and like almost fainted. Yeah, I can imagine that shit. But and then speaking of the bar scene you were talking about earlier, he was all hyped up in the bar scene. He said that morning he woke up in his apartment at the time, I think in Venice, and he used to get these mad migraines for like 30 minutes where he could barely even see, and he'd just be seeing squigglies and shit. And so he went to set later that day and was like, "Oh, I'm just out of it. Like, can you give me something? Like the medic, can I get a shot of something?" And so they shot him up with B12, I guess, and right before that scene, and then he's like, "Woo!" He said he was just fucking like on it.
Oh, there's places in Tallahassee around the university, and it's advertised like an anti-hangover thing, and they will go in there and just pump your ass full of B12.
What is it? Just like energy, basically?
Man, B12, no, B12 is good for you, man.
No, it is. It's not bad, but
is it?
It just wakes you up, but it'll get you over
it helps
the
damage
hangover.
nerves and the heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me some B12.
Makes you pee like glow in the dark.
Yeah, glow in the dark
I
green.
think it helped my sciatica.
Oh shit! Ooh. Damn, what are you, 80?
Nah, man. Nah.
No, I'm joking.
I have a sciatica.
Do you?
Yeah, when I do that disc out in my back.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was working on a job and I got hurt.
Well, I mean, Rob's overweight, so I can, that's why.
Hey. Okay.
No, my dad had nasty sciatica, and obviously he's not.
Yeah, it's painful, man.
Yeah, it was bad. I know that shit's bad. Well, B12 it up. What was I gonna say? Oh shit! So when they're running around smoking, like their bodies are smoking in the sunlight, mainly when I don't know, fucking what's his name's in the cornfield running around. Not cornfield, but just a rose in the field and shit. I guess to make that smoke, they actually put these little cases that held lit cigars on them, and then it had like a fan system on it that would shoot oxygen through the cigars and make them smoke, and then it would go into these tubes that were laced into prosthetics that were sticking to their face and neck, and that's how they did the smoke. And so he said, like, for a week and a half, he just smelled like massive cigar smoke, and that the nicotine would start to pool around the opening holes in the prosthetics. There'd be this like yellow pooling of fluid, and yeah.
By the way, that's how vampires should go up, not twinkle. All right,
I know.
All you Twilight fans out there.
I hopefully no Twilight fans listen to this show.
I hope you should ban them if you do.
I was about to say, I'll go through and ban every single one of them.
I hope no. At the end of that, Rob, you're supposed to say bet.
No, I still don't quite. I'm still yeet. I'm still not quite sure what any of that means completely exactly. But no, if you're a Twilight fan, you get banned. If you're a fan of Marvel and you post, you'll get banned. Oh. The only people that are allowed to post anything to do with Marvel is Freddy if he's spoiling the end of the movie.
Oh.
And
all right, deal. Yeah. You know what? I haven't been on the Marvel train. I'm not caught up. I don't even know what the hell's going on. And at this point,
don't waste your time.
At this point, I feel like I got to start over with some kind of order. Of course, there's all different orders you're supposed to watch this shit in now, too. So
I'm not doing that.
Nobody has time for that.
I don't got time for that. I don't know.
No, you just go. If I just go watch Friday the 13th
me that watches movies
again.
every single day. I don't got time for that.
I know,
and they make them like longer and longer and longer. It's like 3.5 hours for a Iron Man movie or something.
Might as well watch Lord of the Rings.
Might as well.
Don't even get me started on Game of Thrones.
Don't get me started on Game of Thrones. We're not even talking about Game of Thrones. We're just
it's Game of Thrones. Thank you. Yes,
no, it's
Game
all
of
you
Thrones
got.
Is garbage.
All you guys that
Absolute
never
garbage.
that have watched like 10 minutes of it and are like, oh, I hate it
watched
now.
all of season 1, and I watched like 3 episodes of season 2,
Yep.
and I could say officially it's not a good show.
And then you got to that point where you're like, you know what? I could keep watching because I really love it and it's a great show. Or
no, they killed Sean Bean.
Or
you don't just get to kill Sean.
And then you're
Bean.
like, or I could be like a really cool little nerd and just tell everyone how bad it is so that I look really cool. And then you chose the latter.
No, I grew the beard to be really cool. Okay, my opinions are completely validated on
okay.
Game of Thrones.
Okay, I got it. All right. We'll just leave that one alone for now.
Terrible.
I think those are like all my notes on Near Dark. So I don't know if you guys want to spout anything else out here.
Is that what we were reviewing?
Yeah, Near Dark. Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were talking about how awful Halloween Part 6 was.
Oh. Well, which one has Paul Rudd in it? 5?
Part 6.
Well, Rob.
It was awful.
I thought
Paul
It
Rudd.
is awful, but it's the least awful one of the Thorn trilogy.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give it that. But I did like Rudd. I did like the Ruddening. But
Now everybody's like, "Oh, it's Ant-Man." No.
No, it's not Ant-Man. He's either two things. He's either the weird kid next door in Part 6 of Halloween, or he's the stepbrother that was knocking the bottom out of Alicia Silverstone in Clueless.
When I think of Paul Rudd, I think of 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah. I think of Anchorman, and although he packed on a little bit of muscle for Ant-Man, he was looking all right.
He looks, he's doing good. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, it definitely probably 40-Year-Old Virgin for me is where I really noticed Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
because he was. Now I will say I'm a bigger fan of Paul Rudd than Seth Rogen. I think Seth Rogen's one of his course.
Me too. I
kind of over Seth Rogen.
I agree with you there. And I just watched fuck. Oh, that's Jason Bateman. Sorry. I always get Paul. I don't get him mixed. I know who each one is, but when I go to say the name, I sometimes get mixed up with Jason Bateman and Paul Rudd. They're like
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman. They're they almost look.
Oh, Jason Bateman. Oh, yeah.
They almost look like the same person, but not quite.
I'll tell you who's one of my new favorite funny guys, and I just watched him in Cock Blockers, which was hilarious with John Cena, and I just watched him in Tag with Jeremy Renner.
I have that saved.
But Hannibal Buress.
Oh yeah, he's good.
He's just the funniest straight man.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
Well,
but Tag was awesome.
Since we're done with Near Dark, let's just move on to the last segment of what did you watch, and maybe Freddie can narrow it down because he's probably watched 38 movies this week.
He's watched all those Italian horror movies.
Yeah, when he's done flagging for the illegal street race, then he can talk about what he's watched.
Okay.
It is California. I mean, I assume it's
everybody's street races around here.
Yeah, everybody's street racing in California, or no, I think everybody's just street racing in California.
No, that's all they do. I thought, they street race and they make movies, right?
Yes, that's all they do.
All right, well, Freddie, what'd you watch this week?
Let's start with Rob.
All right, Rob, what'd you watch this week?
I watched The Highwaymen.
Of course.
I watched Bull Durham.
Okay.
I watched For the Love of the Game.
What did you watch that didn't have Kevin Costner in it?
Oh, you could just skip me then. I didn't know that was.
There's nothing good about Kevin Costner.
There's everything good about Kevin Costner.
I like Kevin Costner. I just like to give you shit.
I actually all of the Friday the 13th proper Jason sequels are on Prime, so I kind of went back and revisited. I watched 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, skipped 8, watched 09. So yeah, I kind of went through the whole gamut. And Rescue 911. All the episodes of Rescue 911 are on YouTube, so I've been kind of making my way through those.
All right. Well, let's see. I actually watched a lot. First of all, I saw. Well, I meant to go see Pet Sematary, but then it wasn't playing at the time when I wanted to go. That worked.
So good.
So instead, we saw The Curse of La Llorona, which
Was that good?
yeah, I actually thought it was pretty good. Like, of course, they try to cash in on a ton of cheap jump scares, you know. Which
it is
yeah.
It is a part of the Conjuring universe.
It is, and it was totally working for the lady sitting next to me. She was definitely just fucking. She was like scaring me. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
The jump scare happens, and the person next to you is like, "Oh God, oh Jesus." You're like, okay, all right, calm down there. If you know anything, if you've seen a horror movie, you should know that jump scare was coming.
Yes.
But no, they had some good visuals, and actually, overall, I thought it was a pretty decent movie, so I'd recommend it. And then I watched, on Rob's recommendation, it was badass. I watched Polar.
Oh,
It was so good.
Have you seen Dragged Across Concrete yet?
Yes. Oh, I have. I don't know if you have, Rob.
no, I don't have 3 hours in my time slot.
It's
Although
like 2 something.
I did
You're
just
watching
watch
all these
like,
reruns.
Yeah, you watched all of Friday the 13th. You could have just watched Dragged Across Concrete.
okay, one, there is no just watch anything over Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th is single-handedly
you got
the
it, Paul.
greatest horror franchise ever made.
Of course, I
Ever.
disagree, but that's all right. That's okay.
Ever.
That's
And
all
then
right.
part 2 of that argument is William Shatner hosts
Rescue
911. If you're not intrigued by the opening of every episode of like an innocent trip to the grocery store ended in tragedy, you have to know. You can't leave. I want to know what happened in the grocery store. Was the child bludgeoned almost to death by a can of cream corn? Was
I don't
there
know.
like a rogue dog that attacked him? One kid got stuck in a pool skimmer.
Oh, all right. Interesting. Well,
I will watch it, but I'm just goddamn 2 hours 40 minutes.
I don't. That's all right. Do it on your own time. I know. I watched a couple other things though. It was La Llorona. What the fuck, dude? I know. Oh, it was on. Okay. I watched Date Night, but that's not really a horror. Although there are some pretty cool kills in it. Then what else did I watch? Hopefully, Freddy's not about to kill himself on the highway. That could be a thing.
Nah.
Yeah, I said Polar already, which was just fucking awesome. Polar, you're right, Rob. It's badass.
No, dude, it beats John Wick.
I don't know if it beats John Wick, but it was badass.
John
no.
Wick. It
Don't
beats
even go there,
John
Rob.
Wick.
I don't think it beats John Wick. You know what?
They
No.
tortured that man for like 4 solid days,
Yeah, but-
and he comes out and he's breaking bones,
Okay,
man.
here's what I think. I think
And
that
he's this creepy, weird, old Eastern European guy.
I
with
think
so
that
good.
sequence you're talking about definitely rivals or is slightly better than most of the sequences in John Wick, but that's like really the only sequence. Whereas John Wick is like an hour and a half solid of like just fucking ass whoopings.
Just murdering motherfuckers left and right.
The scene in the cabin with the girl, and he throws the hatchet, then he goes out there and just
Yeah, okay, I know that was a good sequence
Sorry.
too. It was everyone watched
It's a good-
Polar. You got to watch Polar.
I'm not saying that like you can't enjoy John Wick or anything, but I'm saying that I'm sorry. The Black Kaiser is the baddest motherfucker to ever walk on 2 feet.
Well, watch it. It's a Netflix original, Polar. It just came out.
Have you seen it, Freddie?
No, I have not.
Yeah, you got to watch
You got to check it out. It's really, really good.
I also
Blood
watched.
and gore.
Yeah,
and
Polar.
there's
Polar.
blood, gore, and boobs.
There's a lot.
Awesome.
A lot of boobs.
I'll check it out.
I also watched Upgrade, which is really good. With it's a Blumhouse with Logan Marshall Green.
Was that Tom Hardy ripoff?
Yeah, the guy that looks like Tom Hardy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does look exactly like Tom Hardy. But yes, it is. But it was a good movie. It was a really good movie. So you guys should check that out too. I think it's on. I think I recorded on cable. I think there might have even been like another movie. I did watch 2 screeners for a couple independent films. I interviewed a director today. We'll be releasing that in like a week and a half after our 200th episode. So so I watched those. So you guys have to check those out. One of them, they're both decent, but one of them was like pretty good. So we'll be talking about that.
And I watched one more. I watched Haunters, The Art of the Scare.
Oh. Freddy's feeding a...
He's feeding a bird.
He's feeding a big old, some kind of exotic bird on a mountaintop.
Bird, yeah.
All right, what'd you watch, Freddie?
Okay, well, I watched Critters 3. Critters 3, yeah. It's young Leonardo DiCaprio.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
His first film, I believe.
Son of a bee.
And I watched For a Few More Dollars. I was also on a Clint Eastwood binge.
Okay.
Oh, man, For a Few More Dollars is great.
Oh, yes. Love it. And I watched, what was it? Heartbreak Ridge.
I haven't seen that in forever.
It doesn't hold up, but it's still a fun movie.
I still say my favorite Clint Eastwood westerns is Pale Rider.
I'm not up on the Clint Eastwood westerns.
What do you? Oh, dude, Pale Rider.
What?
Pale Rider's like
I know.
Pale Rider, The Outlaw Josie Wales, Hang 'Em High, and then of course the Good, the Bad, the Ugly series. But dude, Pale Rider's my favorite, hands down.
Yeah. And I rewatched Splatter University because I just love that movie so much. I watched it like 3 times.
I never seen it.
What is that? Splatter University?
Yeah, Splatter. It's an 80s slasher, but it's very cheaply made, and not a lot of people like it. But as a slasher fan, I just love it.
Oh, dude, this thing had a budget of only $50,000 in 1984. That's not even. That's like not even a whole kilo of cocaine in 1984.
That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those movies, just flies under the radar.
No, I'm going to check this one out. This one looks pretty good.
Nice.
I mean, you might not like it. It's very cheesy. Very cheesy.
I like the cheesy stuff. I want to check this out.
Rob hates every movie ever made.
That is not true.
You should know that by now.
No, you see, you can't even say that because I even liked a Tom Hardy movie.
Which one was that?
Mad Max.
Oh,
see?
yeah.
Freddie knows.
You're right.
Me and Freddie are on the same page.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
We're like opposite coasts, too. He's in California and I'm in Florida. I even know what kind of lawn chair he's sitting in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, shit, sweet. I think that wraps her up pretty much. I don't think we're going to do that. We might take next week off because Scotty is still gone, and he obviously needs to be here for our 200th episode. We need to celebrate.
Must be nice to be vacationing in Mexico.
If I find out that his Skype connection is good enough there, then we will just do it and have him on. Because I think I want to go live in Facebook in the group at least for our 200th episode. And what we'll do is we're going to go live. We're going to you guys can comment while we're doing the show, and we'll like take in your comments, and we'll like have a conversation with you. But we'll be talking about a movie too as well. So I don't know which movie yet, but yeah, it's just going to be more interactive and live, more importantly. So that's going to be awesome.
Well, they'll be live, and then I'll be like a little picture in Danny's phone.
No, I think I found a way. I did find a way to connect Skype to Facebook Live, which means that Scotty's going to have to do it from his house. And then we'll all just be in like those separate Skype windows that keep, whoever's talking will show their face. You know what I mean? So,
Ooh,
yeah.
fancy.
Yeah.
Call Classic Cars getting some production value.
I know. I think it's this little Skype app I can buy, so we'll test it out. But
very good.
Cool, guys. Well, yeah. Thanks again, Freddie, for joining us.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah,
dude, it was awesome to talk to Freddie.
We will have you back again, and we just appreciate having you in the group and all you other guys, all the self-dubbed elites in the group.
Love it, man. I love everybody in the group, man.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
I know I talk a lot of shit, but I love everybody in the group.
Oh no, everybody's great. All the elites are great.
Yeah.
You know, Freddie jumped on. Maybe next week maybe next week Carmelo can put some pants on and rule his house.
I mean,
like he's
it
supposed
depends on
to.
what you guys do next. Like, I don't know. I would love to be on again.
Oh, we'll have you.
What are we doing
prepared
next
this
for the
time.
200th episode?
I don't know, man. We'll have to talk about it, but we'll have Freddie on again for sure. And I'm gonna send him like a microphone and everything, you know, before it happens.
No, it's not bad. Freddie did great. I want to give like a big thanks to Freddie. Freddie got no notice to come on the show.
Yep.
He the whole time, you know, he's flagging down cars while street racing in California.
Yep, spelunking.
I mean, it's awesome. It's so cool to have a group that is as big as our group is, but to have like a really cool, tight knit little family.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
People
message us, and we always try to message people back, and we all became friends, you know, and it's really awesome to have you on.
Just like David Mace, you know, from last week. I'm a real big fan of you guys. You know, fanboy.
Yeah.
Here, you know.
Well, we appreciate
I'm just
it.
happy to be on.
Yeah, well, we'll do it again for sure, and we'll give you. I guess we didn't even tell everyone that we literally gave Freddie like 5 minutes notice. We're like, hey, you want to jump on?
Oh yeah.
So,
next time I'll watch the movie, take some notes, and
Yeah, we'll plan.
Take it from me, Freddie. You don't have to watch the movie.
I love watching movies.
Of course you don't. All right, cool. Well, cool. Everyone follow us at Danny Bonin, at O'Neilio Foros, at Cult Classic Horror and everything, at CC Horror on Twitter. Support us at patreon.com/Cult Classic Horror if you dig what we're doing. We got some bonus stuff there. I've been starting to post my my old notes in the CCH patrons group, so if you want to try and make sense of some of my notes, you know, you can see them in there.
I would post mine, but they're
non-existent. Yeah, of course. So, cool. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
And one more thing
What?
before we catch him next week.
Jesus,
Does Freddie have Instagram?
Oh,
or
yeah.
anything
Do you want anyone to, or
plug?
do you just want everyone to leave you the fuck alone?
Yeah, just leave me the fuck alone, guys.
That's right. That's right. You leave Freddie alone, and you don't ever look Freddie in the eyes. You look Freddie in the eyes.
Unless
he
it's
tells
about
me
Italian
I'm gonna
horror
ban
films
you.
or Friday the 13th, don't message me, please.
Yeah. You can follow Freddie in the Cult Classic Horror group, where he's very active.
You will see Freddie in the Cult Classic Horror group. And pineapple does not belong on pizza. The poll was
Oh,
rigged.
yes, it does, Rob.
It does not. It was rigged. I was winning in the original post, and then you know. And then there,
Just like you changed my poll, right?
I know what happened to your poll. I don't know what happened to that poll.
I will eat pineapple on pizza, but I won't order it. I'll just put that out there. Just putting that out there. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, cool. Let's wrap it up. Thank you guys for joining us, and yes, we will catch you next week.
Later.
Don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.